Okay, I already made quite the extensive and far-reaching video about this topic, but I guess there are some aspects I have overlooked, so let's do them now. So why does Hinata like and in my opinion even admire Naruto? Well, there's a flashback scene that shows Naruto protecting Hinata from a bunch of kids, but ultimately failing, because his shadow clones are bad, which is mostly due to the fact that he will only learn that this jutsu even exists a couple of years later. There are some more things going on behind their mutual affection. And to understand this, we have to look at how Hinata had grown up. In order to understand her, Hinata is a straight B+ student that struggles to live up to her role as the firstborn daughter of the leader of the Hyuga clan, one of the strongest, most prestigious families in the entire village, owners of the Byakugan. And while she is good, and while she does her best, she isn't good enough, and her father is disappointed in her for not being the prodigy child he expected her to be. Hence why he basically gave up on her and trained Hanabi, her younger sister. And not to apologize for the father emotionally abandoning his firstborn child, but I can see where he's coming from. The age of the Uchiha is over. The time of the Hyuga has come, and then the firstborn child is too meek and weak to be that fearsome fighter and cunning politician she would have to be, to allow the Hyuga clan to usurp the position and the influence that the Uchihas once had, and add it to their already great strength. Therefore the other clans could fill the gap the death of almost all Uchiha has created, while Hinata would be too afraid to seize the initiative, and while most of them are dead. Yet one Uchiha remains, and he is the prodigy, the genius, that he wanted his daughter to be. As a result, while she wasn't bad and had some great gifts, namely her Byakugan and nonetheless excellent training until a point, Hinata lacked confidence in order to act upon them, and she was too afraid to take risks, and was even disappointed with herself that she couldn't live up to the strict expectations of her parents. And that's precisely why Hinata admired Naruto and found him relatable, despite the fact that no one bothered to ensure that the guy with the shinobi world equivalent to a self-recharging, anger-fueled nuke grew up in a healthy environment or being told who his father was. Naruto still displayed an extreme outward confidence, especially if you don't listen to what he is saying, but how he is saying it. For example, because you admire him from a distance, he comes off as extremely sure of himself and unafraid, despite the fact that from Hinata's point of view, he must have been an even greater disappointment to his dad. He is the son of the brilliant fourth Hokage, the guy who trained Kakashi, his mentor, and the head and fox bearer of the Uzumaki clan, Kushina Uzumaki. And despite all of this, he was, at least initially, completely useless in school, theory and praxis. He disfigured the memorial of the other Hokages, including his father's head. And despite all of this, despite all of his constant failures and escapades, he had no problems taking on tasks with great outward confidence. Even though he fails, Naruto had no problem speaking his minds, even though he had no insight into most situations. And that's what, in my opinion, sparked Hinata's interest. And on the other hand, Naruto found someone who loved him all the way back when everyone else hated and mistreated him. Someone who genuinely cared about him and felt affection for him, for who he is. I mean, before Naruto defeated Pain, most villagers hated, or at least feared and avoided him. And even though the result of their love and marriage has received a mixed reputation, it's nonetheless nice that Naruto finally realized that Hinata loves him and that he abandoned his obsession about his other love interest, Sasuke. Also, it is good to see a healthy relationship for a change in Naruto, because let's just go down the list. Nobody told Boruto's dad who his father is until it happened to be relevant for the plot. It's basically like Star Wars. Sakura has been penetrated 2 times on screen, which sounds kinky, unless you realize Sasuke used Chidori, which is even more kinky. Itachi's mind control on his girlfriend was kinda wholesome and Hell of a lot weird, to say the absolute least. Kakashi killed Obito's love interest in front of him, per Visage. Tsunade and her girlfriend only kiss and hold hands in Nidojinshis. The frog couple lives in the equivalent to a minor Cold War, aka marriage, and Pain exposed his rod to an entire village, somehow without exposing himself, which is nonetheless quite the achievement to pull off. And with that said, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Bad Guy Yi, Ben C, Chrissy, Crowley0221, Sia, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Dystopia the Second, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Janabi, Jason, Chromius, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Michael R, Michael Y, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantom, Personage, Primus 11, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rock Ed Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.